Hello everyone, it's Dude here. And I know I said, last episode I'll record this the next day. So I may or may not I may not have been distracted doing like mostly live streams. So yeah, we're here 2 weeks later instead of the day after. Okay. The point is, we're back. So we're finally going to see the tiger on the stand. You've almost got his case won now, Nick. I wish I could agree. So if I forget something, womp womp, that's what happens when, I'm being a star among most me live stream. Huh? When I cross-examined Mr. Armstrong just now, he said he was just doing what the tiger told him to do. But God had picked up on it, remember? He pointed out that without proof, we don't know if what he testified is the truth. You mean, you think Mr. Armstrong was lying? I don't know. But if that's the line the prosecution takes, we could be in trouble. I get a feeling that we don't have the case-making evidence we're going to need. Hey, pal! Detective Gumshoe! What do you say jumpy about, Detective? Your hair's getting an end. Hey, that's the pot calling the kettle black, little not top knot. It's not a top knot! Never mind about the hair, just calm down, alright? I can't stand still when I don't have a job to do. Oh. He's unemployed. That's why his hair is up. He has to go through gamer life, and it's difficult to transition when you used to have a job to gamer life. I kind of get wound up. Ah! No kidding. You gotta have something you need me to do, pal. Anything. Well, hey, I'm gonna take a jog back to the precinct. I could get some prints analyzed for you if you've got an hour. An hour? The trial will have reconvened by then. But Nick, we still don't really. Hold up. This is the first episode, the first Ace Attorney episode I'm recording with retainers, okay? This is why I'm butchering these lines. It used to be my nose, but now it's my retainers, okay? But Nick, we still don't have a really decisive piece of evidence, right? True. Without some kind of trump card to pull out of the bag, we're really stuck. You said you could get some fingerprint analysis done in an hour. You bet! In that case, would you mind checking the prints on this for me? The badge? Left by the victim. If he was dressed up as the victim. Okay, no, that's the one I ordered. We know he's in debt. That's not gonna prove anything. It's probably the sports paper, right? That's the only thing that can connect him to the location. But they already checked the fingerprints for this, so there's no point checking the fingerprints again. If they're just the victim, it has to be a sports paper, right? Has a small pocket with big stains. Would it be the apron? I forgot. No. Because remember, Armstrong said he didn't put the apron on, so that has to be Tiger, right? Again, they only checked the. I mean, that would prove he's the fraud, right? The paper badge. Already found a tender lender, though. If you want to connect him to the incident. Oh shit! What should I do? We're just gonna screw into MC Bomber. What are you doing, Nick? If Detective Gumshoe is going to check some prints for us, shouldn't he be checking this? That's a small bottle I gave you back this morning, right? The victim's ear medication we found in the kitchen? Look, it even says covered in unidentified fingerprints right in the court record. Oh! You see, this is why we love you, Maya. You are able to... We're gonna just... Okay. This is why we love you, Maya, because you're better, you do your job better than I do. Okay. You're right! Actually, that's been gnawing at me too. So you'll look into it for us? Awesome! What about the thing I asked you to run and check on? Ah, that? Sure, I'll see what I can do if I've got any spare time. Spare time? I feel so unimportant right now. Small bottle, give me the Detective Gumshoe. Okay, I'll get us out to the lab right away. Just make sure you don't lose the case before I get back. You know what I'm gonna try today? Today I'm gonna try using no walkthrough at all, and no saves. I'm gonna regret this. This is pretty much the final showdown, I guess. It's time to separate the phonies from the real guys. Listen, if I mess something as simple as that up, I feel like the no walkthrough challenge might come to an end real quickly. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Mr. Godo, I forget. That's how we pronounce it, I guess. Mr. Godo, did you find this Furio Tigre? I even tamed him for you. It was a 3-cup job. No problem. To tame them? The guy's name may be Furio Tigre, but come on. He's pretty lively. Be careful. He still bites. Very well. Please show Mr. Tigre to the stand. Well, let's see. Witness, please state your name and occupation for the... Ah! Don't hide under the table, Maya. Unless there is room for me down there, too. Huddling under the table with Maya. I'm sorry, I had a simping moment. Oh, what do you say to me? Nothing. I didn't say nothing, honest. Who could have guessed that fear would induce a bad Brooklyn accent in a judge? I got business to take care of, you hear me? The hell called me into this hole? Was it you, Spiky? Fuck, no, of course not. It was the judge. Your Honor? Oh dear, I seem to drop my pen. Where on earth is it? Don't mind me. Just carrying on proceedings as normal. That's it. We're doomed. Maybe you didn't hear me. I said, who the hell was it that called me in here? There's no need to shout. We can all hear you. Damn. What you say? There's no point struggling. You're caught in a snare. The relentless snare of the law. Damn. And I'm the one that hauled you in. Fuck. Too cool. He's feeling the aura. Don't let him get the better of you, Nick. Let's start with the basics. You know about the incident in question, correct? Incident? I don't know nothing but nothing an incident, mass boy! You mean you didn't attend the previous trial of Maggie Bride? Maggie who? I've got more important things to do than watch courtroom dramas! Of course! Well, perhaps you could give us your testimony then. Please tell us what you did on the day of the murder. Phoenix, right! You're the one who set this up, didn't you? You're gonna regret the day you ruffled the tiger's fur. You hear what I'm saying? Maybe I should have brought a diaper with me today. Get a grip, Nick! Alright. I don't know nothing about no murder. I was tied up with business in December last year. Spent a lot of time in my office. I got wheels lined up to borrow cash from tender letter every day. You started to check my alibi? Just ask Violetta. Oh my god, this guy's voice hurts so much to do. Oh, at last I found my pen. Very well, Phoenix, right? You may cross-examine. Ah! Well, what is it? Please, witness. You can refrain from shouting out like that. I know the kind of games that guy in blue plays. That lowlife ain't no lawyer. He just punches away at stupid details till he wins. Lowlife? Me? Listen up, smarty. Every time you ask me something that doesn't relate to this case, I'm gonna bill you $50,000, and he's gonna borrow cash from me. That's one loan contract I refuse to sign. And don't think it ain't gonna hurt when you tangle with a tiger. Please, God, it saved me. Ha! I love a good spectator sport. Just a minute. That's really not... This witness is, how can I put it, a hungry tiger roaming the urban jungle. Get on his bad side, and he'll bite everyone's heads off. Yours, too. Very well. I have no choice but to impose a penalty system here. Okay. Just better be listening. I said I got business to take care of. Big business. If I don't spill it now, I ain't gonna catch my bus. The court will impose a penalty for any irrelevant pressing of witness testimony. Keep that in mind as you begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You can do it, Nick! Come out from under there already, would you, Maya? Well, this is fantastic. I think this might be one of the worst trials to do the no walker challenge on. Okay. We can't press every... I guess we can't try to get every dialogue. Okay. We're gonna skip past that one. I feel like... That's a good question to ask. I feel like we should press... That's not relevant. Actually, we should press... If we're gonna press anything, we should check this one. I feel like this is the one we want to press so that we can get Violetta. By Violetta, you're talking about the Cadaverni families? Yeah! You don't want to cross them, or he's gonna wind up sleeping with the fishes. Once the Godfather finds out he's been dragging Violetta through the mud, he'll do you. And do me? Whoa. Sorry, I couldn't quite put it all together towards the end there. He said it just like Violet. He said it just like Violet, didn't he? I get the feeling this might not be the right time to probe him about her. Okay, I'm guessing we could press everything, we just need to decide whether we press harder or not. I'm gonna leave it for now. It's too dangerous to press things without knowing where they might end up. I'd better just focus on gathering information in a moment. Noted, Mr. Tigre! Would you mind repeating your testimony from the beginning, please? My time ain't free, you hear? He's better remember that. If I miss it, bus, somebody's gonna pay. Alright, I guess we can press everything, as long as we don't go harder. I don't buy that you haven't even heard of the incident that occurred at Tribulations. Heh he's got a big mouth, right? He's trying to say I was doing some moped? Is that what he's trying to say? Where's your proof then? Evidence, yes, well, for an attorney to make an accusation in court, he must have evidence. That's from loan shark to lawyer, a beginner's guide, yeah? Oh! I see you're studious type, Mr. Tiger. Very good. Oh, why don't you ask him to represent you sometime, tried? Sure, what should I do? Leave it? It's trying to suppress things without... Okay. I think we can do this for each one. Okay. Are you sure about that? We're talking about 1 month ago, you know. You see these teeth? That's how sharp my security is. Oh, okay. Oh, he wasn't saying in a sexual way. Sharp. Is he talking about Viola? I don't know what. Don't question me, okay? Don't question what I was thinking. Is he talking about Viola Cadaverni? She writes everything in my scheduler. December, mainly in the office. That's what it says, so that's where I was. That seemed like a rather sketchy schedule. There he goes again. What the Tiger did all December isn't the issue, is it? When, can you see when the debt? Glenn's calendar, actually that's going to be important. I think we should do... actually we should press the schedule. I definitely think we should do that. What I heard did all December is an issue. What's important is what he was doing on the day of the murder. So now what? Press harder. I want to press harder. Mr. Tigre, what do you want? If you wouldn't mind going into a little bit more detail. This is a dead end, Tried, and you know it. Remember the rules. No, it's essential that we establish the witness alibi accurately. I agree. The victim was killed on December 3rd. Were you in the office that day too? Maybe you ain't listening. Of course I was. I never set foot outside. I had meetings all day with a bunch of cats wanting to do business with me. I never seen that young kid before. I do believe the witness' last statement was important. Mr. Godo, if you could please... Mr. Tigre, the court asked you to add the last statement to your testimony. Don't let an animal beat you. Be a man, Your Honor. Ask him yourself. Or this is what we want. We should probably ask it. I know that traditionally under the dude we press everything and get all the dialogue, but like... This guy... voicing him is a pain. Okay. It's like... You didn't know Mr. Glenn Elg, really? I don't mess with the guppies when they're bigger fish to fry. What do you say, boss? Who, me? How's I hit you with a fat $200,000? Well, I was thinking about purchasing a nice car from Europe. He's seriously considering this. Wow, the Tiger's a really good salesman, huh? Yeah, and if I want to sell this case, I need to copy him. How about you hit him with a fat piece of evidence, boss? I wish it was that easy. Okay, let's go to the evidence. Let's actually present this. My butcher. What did I do for my line? Why am I butchering that? What do you say about presenting a piece of evidence, boss? Like, what am I doing, bro? Okay. Gotta be this one. Oh, yeah. Mr. Tigre, you claim you didn't know Mr. Glenelg, but it appears that Mr. Glenelg knew you. What? Mr. Elg left this little note on his calendar. Meet with the tiger. And the date? December 3rd. December 3rd? That's the day of the murder! So, Mr. Tigre, I submit that you did know one Mr. Glenelg. Because on the very day of the incident, you met with him! Fuck! You're so orange. Not bad. He's actually not bad. Holy crap, I need to drink so much water voicing this guy. Sorry? Okay. I'm just messing with you to see how good you were. Did you hear Nick? He said you're not bad. That's one compliment I can do without. Plus, he's lying through his teeth. Witness. Please remember that you're under oath. Lies will not be tolerated. Just call me a liar? Is that what you're doing? So you're saying that your claim to have never seen that kid before is the truth? I said I'm dead serious. You better believe that's the truth. Holy crap! Huh. Do not say that gives me time to enjoy another cup of pure black magic. That is, while you testify for the court again, Mr. Tigre. Oh yes, would you mind indulging the court witness? He never actually met the victim? That's gotta be a lie right there. It's time I nailed this guy. Okay, we need to give him a better voice. I cannot do this. Okay, I know you're the tiger. I know you want a very tigery voice. But here's the voice I'm gonna give you. I ain't a liar! I never met Glenelg! There was some lame guy with that name, though, wanted to borrow cash from me. I set up a meeting with a guy in my office in London. I waited around for him, but he ain't never showed. I ain't never been to Tribulations this year. There you go, that's a lot better. I can do that voice. I see. That all seems perfectly logical. It's as incomprehensible as his previous one is. Perfect. He had arranged to meet with the victim, but he didn't show up. I've heard it's pretty hard to keep appointments when you're dead. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Didn't I tell you I got a big deal going down today? I'm never gonna make my buzz now. I've got to take the expressing. That bill's gonna go straight to you, right? Grr. Okay, maybe I'm a little too incomprehensible. Maybe, I know we have the English, testimonies, but... Okay, you never met him. There's something I'm in a name though, wants some little cash from me. I mean, that was in his office. I'm gonna have to send a lender. Okay, you never met him, that's what he's saying. He's saying that Glenelg did want to do that, but like... You ain't never been to the Tribune joint. I think that's the lie here. Because there's a Tribune matches. I'm gonna just press this, see what we'll see what happens. Never? Not even once? Not even once! I was in my office the day that went down. I didn't put no poison in the kid's office. Coffee and capiz? Do you think he really didn't met Glenelg? Not likely. Because I'm convinced this guy is behind the whole thing. See, I mean, that whole testimony just gave was a lie? Of course. So we can't afford to give him time to think of ways to plug the leaks in it. I've got to nail him while I still can. Okay, let's actually... we could press everything. Actually, I think we can press everything. Let's go. Okay? Let's get some juicy dialogue. And yet, your name was written on the victim's calendar. Get that horse calendar out of my face! I'm a tiger, not a lame horse, you porcupine! Tigers like me eat horses like that for breakfast! No, no, no! Witnesses aren't permitted to eat evidence. Not that they would ever would. Well, there was a case once where a young lad ate... Anyway, we did not talk about that. If you had never met the victim before, how do you explain this note he left? There's a lame guy! That's very strange. According to the manager of the firm where the victim worked, December 3rd was the date he had to repay his loan. He wasn't due to discuss borrowing money, but repaying what he owed. Oh, yeah, maybe he's right. Whatever it was, it was going down at the beginning of December. So you did meet Mr. Elk then. Hey, Ride, you might want to cool your jets a sec. Okay, I set up a meeting in my office. So your meeting wasn't supposed to be a tribune then. Why would I want to go to a dump like that? If I want to talk with my clients, I got an office decked for the job. I got the best punching bag you've ever signed them. Not exactly professional office you got there, you know. So you were in your office on the day of the question. I remember he never showed. He didn't show up? Oh, what do you think, Tried? Let's see. How does a dead man get from a French... How does a dead man get from a French restaurant to a loan shark's office? And you yourself didn't go to Tribune? What are you trying to pin on me here? Why don't you just come down to my office? We can chat about that thing, this thing my way, yeah? I got the best punching bag you've ever signed there. No need. I'm good, thanks. Listen up, I ain't got nothing more to say except this. I ain't never been to the Tribune Giant, is what they all say. But there's an objection to that I have. Mr. Tigre, is there something you'd like to tell the court about these matches? Matches? What are you talking about? We found them in your office of Tender Lender. They're from that restaurant. Huh? If you've really never been to Tribune before, what was a book of the restaurant's matches doing on your desk? You've been snipping on my stuff too, wise guy? What are you, my ball and chain? Ain't no bro trolling me?
Order! Order! Well, witness, I think it's time you started telling us the truth, don't you?
Ah!
So sorry, I'm terribly sorry, forgive me.
I ain't no pussycat. I don't go back on what I said. But okay, I was at a joint that day.
What?
But listen good, alright? I might have been there, but I still never met that kid.
Well. Looks like an order just came in for another testimony.
I'm this close to proving it was him. He did meet Glenn Elk that day, and he did put poison in his coffee. He must have. Alright. I was supposed to meet with the kid in that restaurant. I was supposed to meet with the kid at the restaurant that afternoon. When I opened the door to the joint, I saw one ugly boy. I was seen, and I would never call someone super ugly. The guy was laid out over the table, stiff as concrete. He was ugly. I figured if the place wasn't hot already, it was gonna be. So I split, cause I prefer hot people, not ugly people. I heard the cop sirens on my way out, and I went straight back to my office.
I see, you didn't actually meet with him in the end, then. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Hold it! If I wait around here any longer, I ain't even gonna make the Federal Express! Never stupid questions.
Ah, no problem. Anytime Troy presses you on something irrelevant, I'll see he pays a penalty. Mr. Goto, that's my job! Your job is to slam the little hammer of yours and call a guilty verdict. So do it. Yes, sir!
The Special Express ain't cheap, right? Just so you know, since he is paying. Oh man, doesn't the rule of law mean anything around here? Wait, let's not press things again anymore. Let's avoid pressing that. Okay, we were supposed to meet the kid at a restaurant that afternoon. We saw one ugly scene. He was laid out stiff over the table, stiff as concrete. Wasn't hot already, it was gonna be. So I split on my way out and I went straight back to my office. Cop sirens? Murder sirens? Okay, we can't really prove there was no sirens. Unless we have a map of the whole place. Or no. That's not what I'm looking for. If you have any witness testimony that can like prove his testimony wrong. I feel like we need to press. I feel like we gotta press on something. I feel like that's the only thing we can really do right now. We have to press. There's genuinely no way we can. Out of what he said so far, there's nothing we can really use. No, genuinely, we have to press. Well, Nick, what do you think? He's running out of ways to avoid a trip. I need to press him fast before you attempt to think things through. I've got to come right back at him with a contradiction. Be careful when you press on him, be careful when you press him on, though, or you'll get penalized, okay? Huh. No, because he just lied. He said he was supposed to meet with the kid in that restaurant that afternoon. But he just said, he just contradicted that. Because he just said he was supposed to meet in his office. He contradicted himself here. So the meeting wasn't due to take place at Tenderlunder at all then? The kid was making a fuss about coming into the office! It's always that way when I want to talk about repayments. Even though I got the best punching bag you've ever seen, if there are any issues. Maybe it's because of the punching bag that people are scared to come. So that's why you decided to meet at Tribune?
Huh. You're going over old ground again, right?
Sorry.
You just earned yourself a penalty. Now suck it down. You will suck down the penalty, Mr. Wright, and you will like it.
Okay, okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Well, Phoenix. He's not Edgeworth, okay? No, okay. You saw one ugly scene. Wait a minute. You open it. Where do you come in from? You come in from here? When I open the door to Tribune, I saw one ugly scene. Okay, I feel like I'm pushing it there by okay, I'm not gonna think that hard. Stiff as concrete. Wasn't hot already, it's gonna be split, so I split. I'm gonna press him on the cop sirens. You went straight back? Did a bout of guilt suddenly hit you for what you did? What is he trying to say? You trying to tell me you ain't never been guilty of nothing?
We all have our crosses to bear. We all have to swallow the dark secrets we hide. Like this.
Okay, stop checking him down. The courtroom's not exactly the place to talk about dark secrets, is it?
It seems you've done it again, Mr. Wright. Another irrelevant line of questioning. I must impose a penalty accordingly.
How about a penalty for those two jokers and then garbage you keep coming up with? Well, Nick, what do you think? Nah, Dad. I feel like this is the next most relevant thing. So you didn't actually set foot inside a restaurant, then? The Tiger's a busy cat. I don't hang around for no one. I ain't got time to be caught up in no murder investigation. So, when exactly did you pick up the matches?
There are matches just inside the front door. Our detective friend wound up in trouble with the chef after taking 5 books home.
Poor Gumshoe. It's almost enough to make a man cry.
Okay.
So you never step inside, right? I figured this place was in hall already, it was gonna be size split. I wanna do it again, hold up. You didn't actually set foot inside the restaurant? I think we use a match to show that he could not have seen the murder. Hold up. I wanna try this. So you went inside? An ugly scene, what do you mean?
The witness has already told us, right? Which makes the question irrelevant.
But...
I limited myself to 70 cups of coffee during the trial. That's the rule. You better limit the number of times you take a penalty, tried? Or your guts will look like the inside of a chimney. Ashen. Don't make me burn you again, Mr. Wright!
I guess I shouldn't have pressed him on that. Guess I'm gonna make that special alert first after all!
Silver Crab, this ugly thing you saw was...
Jenna's pocket. We're gonna just present a map. Stiff as concrete? Okay, he can be stiff as concrete, that's not an issue. I must be on the wrong track now, you're on the right track. There we go. When you open the door, okay. Thing is, you couldn't have seen it from there. There we go, same thing. You're something of a loan collecting pro, aren't you, Mr. Tigre? No one escapes the tiger's clutches! Well, I'm something of a lie detecting pro. Didn't lance as well. And no one escapes the Phoenix's clutches. I think it's time we got something straight.
What's this, Stride? A new line of irrelevant questioning?
These are the floor plans of the crime scene. Okay, that's what I was thinking at first, but I wasn't sure if he meant that literally or not. Like, as soon as he stepped the door, he saw inside, or like he went inside for a little bit and then he said, You say you were standing at the entrance, Mr. Tigre. From there, your field of vision would have covered an area something like this.
Indeed, the witness would have had a clear view of the victim's seat.
Is that what I just said? I said it back of the kid's head. Unfortunately for you, that is not possible. If the court would think back, you'll remember that between each of the tables is a tall partition.
Why? That's true!
Now look at the plans again. The truth is painfully obvious. From the entrance, the field of vision of any customer walking in ends here. So, from the entrance of Tribulations, you couldn't have seen the victim's seat. But you did see the victim that day because you met with him.
Wrong! Have you forgotten the old man's testimony yesterday? The victim was alone at his table.
But the defense just proved that point to be moot. The victim witnessed by Mr. Kudo was not Glen Elk, but a fake.
What? I forgot like you, Sharia. It's been 2 weeks.
In order to have Mr. Kudo falsely testify, the real killer posed as the victim he had just killed and acted as a charade.
That will do. This trial has gone on long enough without the obvious question being answered. Who exactly was this real killer who impersonated the victim? You said the killer murdered Glen Elk, and then impersonated his victim in a performance from Victor Kudo. In that case, Mr. Rudd, reveal the identity of this criminal to the court.
It's gonna be an imposter. Obviously, the killer is Furio Tigre. No one else could have done it.
Well, what? Well, witness?
Yeah! Now that's cute, like me! You think you can pin this on the tiger? Maybe you don't understand. The tiger is king of the jungle. Say, dare you say it again? Come on! You got the guts?
You can't start me, Mr. Tigre. It's a defense. Go ahead and tell the witness, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright!
Sounds to me it must be you, old man. He's got guts, I give you death.
Mr. Wright, don't leave me to handle this alone. Ah, perhaps I can end this embarrassment. Mr. Godo! Let's just go back over Mr. Kuda's testimony one more time. The old man didn't see just the victim. Oh, no, 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 no.
Second girl brought him a cappuccino, but she put something in it. There's no question about it. She very conspicuously put some white powder in there.
Was the victim who saw it the real victim or not? That doesn't matter. The fact remains, he saw the accused put a poison into the coffee. Yes, it was the waitress who poisoned the coffee.
Very impressive, Mr. Godo. Waiting for my absence to launch your attack.
Ah, I don't care about your stupid thing there. Found your pen at last, Mr. Trite.
It was in my pocket. But anyway, Mr. Kuda witnessed two people that day. He saw the victim, the supposed Mr. Glenelg, and the waitress from behind.
Shut up, Phoenix. I'm sorry. Yes, your point, Mr. Wright?
I think the conclusion is obvious. If this Glenelg was really the killer in disguise, then surely it's possible the waitress was also part of the show.
What? You mean the waitress was an imposter as well?
The defendant, Miss Bride, fell unconscious immediately after the incident. And someone used her fainting to hatch an elaborate plan to pin the murder on her.
Who on earth was it? Who was this waitress that Mr. Kuda witnessed?
Bro, 3 people in on the same murder to blame one person?
Who is this woman?
Her name is Viola Cadaverini. She's an employee of Tenderlander. He's making a big mistake. Do you know who Viola's grandfather is? You better get going home in an armored truck tonight, if you know what I mean. Stop shaking, Nick. Where was I? Yes, the defendant, Miss Bride, has stated the following. Well, when I took the coffee over to the victim's table, it's true there was another customer in the restaurant. She was sort of creepy, and she had a kind of cackling laugh. There are just too many contradictions in this case. The second man at the victim's table who nobody but Miss Bride seems to have seen. The earpiece worn by the victim in his left ear when that eardrum was ruptured. And a radio show he was supposedly listening to half an hour after it was over. There's only one logical explanation that clears up all of these contradictions. The whole incident took place twice. Once for real, and once for show. And Mr. Furio Tigre, the only person who could have committed the crime, is you.
Witness? What have you got to say?
That's cute!
Sorry?
You're all right. I could do with a guy like you around.
What do you mean? Don't creep me out here.
Okay, I mean on this game. I'm gonna have to charter a jet to get me to my meeting now, but I'm gonna give you one more thing to think about before I go.
Something to think about?
You've got it all wrapped up nice, huh, right? But you missed out one real important thing.
What it can't be.
I was gonna join that day, and I met that kid too. But I couldn't have poisoned him, you hear?
What? Do you really expect us to believe you now, Mr. Tigre? Oh, what a troublemaker.
Troublemaker?
Looks like we're going to need another one for the road.
Yeah, gulp that down. Suck it and enjoy it, like what the judge said to Phoenix.
One more steaming cup of hot testimony. Indeed! Witness, you will explain yourself to the court. I will give you one more chance to testify. What happened that day at Tribune between yourself and the victim?
Stop sticking your tongue out, bro. Keep your tongue in your mouth. Yeah, I loaned El Cash about $100,000. That day, we was due to have a little chat. The kid had hit his payback date. See? So anyway, he tells me he's got no way to pay up. I'm about to flatten the guy when he starts screaming. Yes, I won! $500,000! You got lucky, you know? Real lucky. If that waitress hadn't done what she had done, everything would have been over.
Now, I see that the principal amount you loaned to Mr. Elg was $50,000.
Yeah, well, he's got the fee to take into account. Interest builds up fast, you know?
That's faster than fast. $100,000 is twice its principal. And her payment deadline was December 3rd, the day of the incident in question.
Yeah, he was one lucky kid. He got that $500,000 just in time. So I ain't have no reason to kill the kid. If I ain't got no motive, you ain't got no case.
His motive?
He has to have one, but what is it?
Okay.
Yeah, I loaned Mr. El Cash about $100,000.
Okay. Head his payback check. Okay. Hold on, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. And we're gonna go press everything. Okay? Because God isn't threatening me here yet. He didn't threaten me this time, I think we can do it, okay?
I think we're allowed to do it, okay? I'll be back. Okay, let's try pressing everything. Did he have any way of paying the loan back? The fool was a gambler! He said he couldn't give it up till he landed a big win. So we got Adam Sandler from Uncut Gems. So I agreed to help him. Help him? You? I keep hitting him with ideas for ways so he could get bigger win. But a guy kept losing. So you were helping him for his sake, or yours. Win through compromise. You help me, I help yous. What's the difference, huh? I don't believe this. Nick, would anyone really have ever loaned money to someone they thought was unreliable? Like, for example, if it were you, I'd only loan you $5 max. Thanks a lot, Maya. See, Maya's a smart person. So how much were you expecting him to pay you back on that day? But he's saying the whole package, $100,000 including interest. That's a real heavyweight punch. Once the client misses the repayment, you call a whole loan in. You wanna make it in my world? That's all you gotta know. How many times has Mr. Elg been late with his repayments? What? And how much was he supposed to pay back every month? $50. Holy fuck. Sounds like Mr. Elk was in his real sticky spot. Yeah, $50 a month. He never paid that huge loan off. $50 a month. Wait a minute, let me just think about this. Honestly, that's 6% interest. It was $10,000, right? $10,000. That's like 6% interest a year. Honestly, $50 a month. I know this is their currency back then, but I feel like it's still. I feel like at this point, just don't have that loan. What is it? $10,000 loan? I feel like $50 a month is doable, like at the minimum. I feel like, yeah, maybe we're not sure if we can ever pay that loan off, but $50 a month, I feel like that's possible. Unless he's unemployed. But I don't know. Just, why did he get the loan? Don't get us loan, bro. How much did he have left in his debt? You wanted to hear round figures? About $100,000. That's the whole amount. Wait a minute, $50 of repayment a month. He got a $50,000 loan. So that's like 1% interest a year? Wait, let me think about this. $50 a month. Wait, hold up. Let me do some math here. $50 a month repayment. What does that mean? Do I just not under... If that's just the interest... If it's just $50 a month interest, that's actually not bad for a $50,000... I don't even know. I'm thinking too much about this. I thought $50 a month is not that bad for like $50,000 loan, but maybe I just like misunderstand the circumstances, what he means by that. That's the whole amount! We're talking about a guy who had 58 cents in his wallet. What? You telling me he wasn't even gonna pay for the coffee? He certainly seems to have been a brave man, this Mr. Elk, by gambling. That guy was a smooth, I tell yous. Real smooth! You'll have your money in less than 5 minutes. That's what he says to me. The guy then calls me the tiger. He was skating on thin ice with me. I'm gonna flatten that guy when he starts screaming. Was that because the guy won the lottery? Was his last chance at a big win.
You can confirm that this is the ticket in question?
That's it.
The Millionaire Radio Show starts at 1:30 p.m. and runs for 10 minutes. That fixes the time you two met with some accuracy. The whole scene was acted out again 30 minutes later. Also that Mr. Kuda would see it.
I can still see the kid's face now. I'm never gonna forget it. I'm real lucky. Was there anyone else in the restaurant at the time? I don't remember. If there was no one there, I'll wear that ridiculous tiger shirt for a month. Mr. Armstrong, Maggie, and if I'm right, Viola and Cataverni were all there at that time.
So the victim had intended to repay you from his lottery winnings from the beginning?
Seems that way to me.
But you wouldn't normally expect to win the lottery, would you? Ah, the undying belief that your next roll will end the worst losing streak you ever had. That's what defines a true gambler.
He makes it sound so cool. Don't be tempted, Nick. You haven't gotten the willpower for it.
All I know is...
I know is the kid took a shot and you got lucky in the end.
Okay.
The waitress, you mean? The girl with the glasses in the defendant's chair. Who else could I mean? If she hadn't gotten in the way, things would have been bada bing, bada boom, over and done with. Maybe I should push a little on this. I mean, I guess I have no choice. Let's ask him what Nagi did. What exactly are you implying the defendant did? How about you go ask the Four Eyes about the $500,000 ticket? She wanted so bad, she poisoned Elle's coffee. A likely theory, your word hasn't held water lately, Mr. Tigre.
Let's not forget, this witness is actually at the scene, right?
The law don't exactly agree with some of the deals I sent down. I couldn't be there when the cops showed up, so I split.
Oh, I see. Your Honor, the witness' last few statements are worth a good 2 cups of coffee. I concur, Mr. Goddard. You'll amend your testimony accordingly, witness.
Ahaha! So that's what you after, Phoenix, right? My business with the kid is over, it's over! Ticket is still... I don't know. Maybe it's MC Bomber. I think that might be the one we want to go with, right? I'm gonna press this. Tiger's trying to pin the crime on Maggie. If I ask him about what he saw, it's only going to damage our case. What do you mean things would have been over and done with? Are you still there or what? I'm talking about the cash! I was there to get my $100,000 back. That's all, I'm a businessman. It was all coming together before that waitress got in the way.
As far as I can tell from witness testimony, other than recouping his loan, Mr. Tiger had no motive for killing the victim. Well, Mr. Wright, are you happy with the testimony or would you like it amended?
Wait, why did I click have it amended? I'm not gonna get anywhere to testimony as it stands. Your Honor, defense would like the testimony amended. Wait, why did I click that? Very well.
Witness, you will amend your testimony to reflect your recent reflections, please.
I guess? I don't know. Which one should we want? Do we want to use the MC Bomber for this part or the other part? Let's just go with this part. So you just intended to get back the $100,000 Mr. L owes you, correct? And then they got the catch, so that's my right. Unfortunately for Mr. Elg, I don't believe the $100,000 is what you were really after.
What are you getting at, Tripe? What else would a moneylender be after, other than money?
Oh, the moneylender was after money, but money in a totally different league. The kind of money that a single disc like this would fetch.
What is that?
A computer virus, Your Honor. A virus called MC Bomber.
A computer virus? What does one of those do?
A computer virus is a program that wreaks havoc on the insides of a computer.
A computer? What does one of those do?
I guess the beard isn't the only part of his honor that is from the Stone Age. I'll explain it to you later, Mr. Honor. Right now, this is the important point. A virus like MC Bomber will be worth several million dollars on the black market.
Several $1 million?
Lending money with no hope of ever seeing repayment would normally be bad for business. But in this case, the very fact that Glenn Elg had no way to repay the money is crucial.
What?
Glenn Elg was a programmer, a highly skilled programmer. That skill was the collateral Mr. Elg put up in order to borrow money.
You're trying to suggest their witness motive was to get hold of that program?
Exactly.
The witness may have poor fashion sense, but he's by no means an idiot, right? A man like him could get his hands on $1 million without resorting to murder.
Of course he could, provided that he had time. But what if he had needed the money right then? When the pressure's on, the luxury of choice tends to disappear.
It seems you have a logical conclusion for this theory, Mr. Wright. Would you care to share it with us? Why did Mr. Tigre need money to the tune of $1 million? Let's get actually $1 million bill.
In December of last year, you found yourself in need of a huge amount of money. About 6 months ago, you were involved in a traffic accident, weren't you? An accident involving a car and a scooter. in which a young woman was injured. She was taken to the hospital, where she underwent surgery. How much of this do you know? These medical papers documented the treatment of the young woman in question. According to these, her operation cost $1 million. And yet, when a repayment was due last month, you somehow managed to pay it in full. $1 million? A preposterous sum! Someone should sue those HMOs!
Oh, no one would pay a bill like that. When the medical association got wind of it, the hospital would end up as dead as a morgue.
But Mr. Tigre had no choice but to pay, because his very life depended on it! Yeah!
Order! You say his life depended on it, Mr. Wright?
Indeed it did, simply because the injured woman was none other than Viola Cadaverini.
Did you say Cadaverini?
Bruto Cadaverini, mob boss in charge of all underground activities in the city, and doting grandfather to his precious Violetta, also known as Viola Cadaverini.
Whoa!
Your life was in danger unless you paid compensation to the boss, correct? It makes sense. You were desperate to acquire the $1 million Bruto Cadaverini demanded of you. So desperate, in fact, you decided to sacrifice Glenn Elg's life to pay your debt. On the day of the murder, Mr. Tigre's sole intention was to get his hands on this CD. Glenn Elg had no way of paying back the $100,000, and Mr. Tigre knew it. But then a miracle happened. The kind that Mr. Tigre would prefer to say never happened, but he can't, and neither can I.
The lottery went?
Exactly! At the 11th hour, Mr. Elg won $500,000 on the lottery, which left Mr. Tigre with no way of getting his hands on an all-important CD. At least, no legitimate way. He's dipping his fingers in. So he resorted to legitimate means!
That's crazy.
He murdered Glenn Elg, and then he made his next move, to frame Maggie Bride for the crime. Mr. Tigre posed as Glenn Elg, while Viola Cadaverini played the role of Miss Bride. And then they reenacted the whole thing in order to establish a witness. The witness being the one we all heard testify yesterday, Mr. Victor Kudo.
Like I said, Trite, that's crazy. No one could pull off a stunt like that. For starters, there's no way the chef could have been kept in the dark about it.
But Mr. Armstrong was in on it from the very beginning. Have you forgotten already, Mr. Godo? Mr. Armstrong owed the witness money too. $500,000 in fact. He had no choice but to go along with Mr. Tigre's plan.
Order! Silence or I will clear the courtroom.
He's put you on a good show, Spiky. Cause you forgot. You didn't hear my cross-examination algebra music. That means you aren't done yet. If you want to stay alive in the loan shark business, you gotta be careful. You say I dressed up like that kid, created a witness, and framed someone? If I did something crazy like that, I'd leave a trail as bright as my shirt. I ain't dumb enough to do something sloppy like that. I agree. You do? Despite your appearance, you are very careful. That's why you took one more precaution. One more trick to make sure Miss Bride had no way out.
What? Another one, Mr. Wright? Interesting. Why don't you fill us all in, Trite? What was this trick you say Mr. Tigre performed to accuse to frame the accused?
What's the trick he did? The apron? Or do you want to use a paper badge? We haven't used a paper badge yet. Time to, if I mess this up, I'm gonna have to reset, and I don't want to use the walkthrough. Should I use the walkthrough so that we don't have to reset? We have to go with a challenge. We gotta go with a challenge. Perform to frame the accused. If there's gonna be any trick, it's gotta be the trick. It's either gonna be the paper badge or the apron. Let's just go use the paper badge. We never got to that point, right? Fake Phoenix, right? What on earth is that? What an insult to think anyone could be fooled by such a childish imitation. Consider yourself insulted, Your Honor. Mr. Tigre, you didn't just pose as the victim on the day in question. A month ago, in this very court, you posed as me. I'm pretty awful, aren't I? What? That's the truth. But the witness looks nothing like you, Mr. Wright. Although, now that I think about it, it was you, wasn't it? No doubt it was you, standing in here, this very court, a mere month ago. The Phoenix Wright put up the most disrespectful, shabby defense I'd ever seen. Yeah! No! Can you prove that, Gramps? Prove the attorney who represented the accused here a month ago, was this man? Are you prepared to take the stand and testify that it was him? Judge testifying? Oh my god, I gotta see this. Hey! Forget about it, yeah? Oh, we got a little meek version of Tiger here. I wouldn't do something like that, not me. You made a mistake, right? It is someone else, huh? Fuck no. Have you no pride, sir? This isn't a matter of pride. In case you didn't know, Trite, you're in court. You deal with people's lives. Mr. Goto's right. Your Honor? Speaking for myself, I'm absolutely convinced. The attorney in question was the witness standing before me now. However, I preside over this court as the judge, with the vested power to hand down a verdict. Someone in my position cannot be swayed by memory without evidence to support it. No! If the defense has no further evidence, the court will now excuse the witness. The circumstances surrounding Mr. Tiger are dubious, but not conclusive. But we've come so far. You say impersonated Glen Elg. You say impersonated you. But none of that adds up to a murder charge. You don't have a shred of evidence that a witness poisoned the victim's coffee. No! Ha! Sucks to be you, right? Don't mess with the Tiger, or you're gonna get mobbed. You got that? All we managed to do here was chase him around a bit. But I was so close to getting him to admit his own guilt. Huh. Looks like I won't be needing a refill. If I just had one more piece of evidence. One more piece of evidence, and maybe I could get Maggie off the hook. The witness cross-examination is over. You're free to go, Mr. Tigre. Is Gumshoe gonna get bust in with his evidence? Gumshoe, come in, Gumshoe! Hold it! Your Honor, sir. Wait! Detective Gumshoe. Sorry it took so long, pal. Phoenix, why were you doing the judge voice? After the judge told me to suck on it and enjoy it, okay, Phoenix. I staked everything on this, my badge, the works. So here it is. My heart's counting on this too. What is it, detective? Now, Judge, you're copying Phoenix's voice. What are you doing? What is it, detective? Shut up, Sharia. Isn't it obvious, pal? I'm doing a Von Karma here. I busted in with a bag, and now I'm Francisco Von Karma. It's a final decisive piece of evidence. What? Okay. Alright. Sorry it took so long, pal, but I finally got a result from the lab. Is Gumshoe finally gonna be in another thumbnail again? Gumshoe, this is your first time being in a thumbnail since... This is your first time being in Oh shit, I clicked enter. I didn't read the dialogue. Hold up, 1 second, I'll be back. Okay, never mind. Phoenix just said the results. Oopsies. I bought a prince, pal, from this medicine bottle. Oh, so, do you know who the prince belonged to now? Do you think I'm some kind of hack detective? Of course I know. So, tell us. You're the Tigers, right? I knew it. Heh. You bet. Is that sarcasm? Clear as crystal, all over the bottle. Oh, never mind, it's real. Your Furio Tigre's paw print's alright. That's great. You've got him now, Nick. What's wrong with you? You've hardly said a word since Detective Gumshoe got here. He's laid everything on the line for this, Nick. I know. Look, I'm sorry. This is kind of hard to say, but it really doesn't make a difference whose prints are in that bottle now. Huh? What? Why not? Well, we need to produce at the stage in the trial is irrefutable evidence that a tiger put poison in Glenn Elk's coffee. He's already admitted that he met the victim. The fact that his prints are on his bottle, that really doesn't make any difference now. I knew it. Great, no matter how hard I try, I'm never of any use. Hey, don't be so hard on yourself. This was our last chance to help Maggie. Because what I was thinking was, I was going to do Furio Tigre on the thumbnail, but also, like, I try to avoid having, like, final witnesses in the thumbnail, because if I put a final witness on the thumbnail, then anyone, like, who's watching my videos through a playlist can, like, tell, okay, this is going to be the murderer. Like, for example, like, Red White was the final witness in Turnabout Sisters, so if I put him in a thumbnail for the final trial, you can tell he's the murderer. I mean, that one was obvious. We already knew Red White was a murderer because in the opening. But what about, like, D. Vasquez, right? D. Vasquez, if I put her in a thumbnail, then, yeah, you already know. If I put her in the final thumbnail, then you already know she's a murderer. That's why I put her in the last investigation thumbnail, because that doesn't say, oh, she's a murderer. But if I put her in the last trial thumbnail, then yeah. Same thing with Yanni Agi and Von Karma in the Turnabout Goodbyes. Same thing with Mr. Gant and Rise from the Ashes. Same thing with pretty much every witness I've done. Pretty much every case I've done, I never put the final witness in the thumbnail, because that'll be like, that's like a spoiler. So yeah, this was our last chance to help Maggie. And I've been working on some useless piece of evidence the whole time. So even though I wanted, Tiger is such an iconic character, I'd say. Like, I mean, look at that character design. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool character in general. But I cannot. It's too late to put him on a thumbnail, because if I put him on a thumbnail, then you already know he's a murderer. Actually, maybe I shouldn't have put Armstrong in a thumbnail, because now you can. Because Armstrong was a suspect, and if I put him in the. Should I put Armstrong in the previous thumbnail? Because now you can tell Armstrong is probably not a murderer. It's fine, we can keep him. I don't know. I might put Gumshoe in the thumbnail, because he's rarely been in thumbnails, especially compared to someone like Edgeworth and Maya, who's been in thumbnails many times. So I don't know why I'm talking about thumbnails right now. And I've been working on some useless piece of evidence the whole time. It's alright. I'm a real loser. It's not breaking news to me, pal. Detective Gumshoe? Maggie! You've been working on something for me? Sorry I let you down, Maggie. I know you didn't do it, and I'm a detective. We're supposed to be able to prove stuff like that. I'm really sorry. I'll get out of your hair now. Detective Gumshoe, wait! He's gone. Isn't there anything we can do now, Nick? I wish there was. Gumshoe worked so hard to get that evidence. If only there was some way I could use it. I mean, doesn't it show that he dressed up as the victim? I guess not? Because Phoenix is saying, no, this is not useful now, because we already established he's meat. I don't know. Mr. Wright! Yes, Your Honor? I granted you a recess so you could prepare this decisive evidence you've discovered. Yes. Don't keep us all in suspense, Tripe. Show us. Naturally. We can assume it's evidence that will actually stand up in court, can't we? Think, Phoenix. Don't let Gumshoe's hard work go to waste. How much more of my time are you gonna waste? I ain't been to no court before, but these lawyers sure know how to blow things out of proportion. No doubt, given the nature of the evidence, it'll speak for itself. Nevertheless, you'll talk us through it, Mr. Wright. Well, I know I can't prove anything new with this evidence. I'm really backed into a corner here, but maybe if he thinks he's got me beat, he'll let his guard down a bit. Don't keep us waiting any longer, Mr. Wright. Present this final decisive piece of evidence to the court. Guess we gotta stick with the year medicine, right? I mean, yeah, this is nice, but we already used MC Bomber. We gotta use this. It's gotta be small bottle. That's what Gumshoe worked for. We're gonna use it. This is the defense's final piece of evidence. Isn't that the victim's? Your Honor, naturally, the court is already aware of the contents of this bottle. However, interesting new information has come to light. We have clearly identified some fingerprints on it. Fingerprints belonging to you, Mr. Tigre. What?
But, Mr. Wright, what conclusion are you hoping to draw from this new information?
Everyone in here knows what this bottle contains, except one man. One person in this courtroom should theoretically be in the dark. My prints are in that fancy-looking bottle? Is that what she's saying? Well, what in the hell is in it anyway? A phony trial, a phony lawyer, and phony clues. Everything about this case has been phony. Seems like the perfect excuse for some phony evidence. Mr. Tigre, this is a decisive piece of evidence that will prove your guilt. Why? Because it contains the victim's ear medicine. Wait. It's gotta be the victim's ear medicine, right? Unless you're trying to gaslight him? As we all know, this bottle contains Glenn Elk's medicine. What are you doing, Nick? What did you just tell Gumshoe and I outside the lobby a few minutes ago? You said the fact that his prints are in this bottle makes no difference now. Oh, yeah.
Mr. Wright,
Fuck.
if you think I'll allow you to indulge in speculation at this stage, you're wrong. Oops, looks like I better reconsider.
I'm gonna take advantage of the fact that the tiger thinks he won, and lead him to a trap. And a phony piece of evidence is the way to do it. Okay, fine. Potassium cyanide. Armstrong's oils. Potassium cyanide! This bottle contains potassium cyanide.
Potassium cyanide?
The poison used to murder Mr. Elk, Your Honor. The victim's killer used this very bottle. And on this bottle, Mr. Tigre, we found your fingerprints. Well, how do you explain that? Huh. I guess we can gaslight our way through it. You make a good clown, you know that? What? You ain't never gonna get this to stick. You're just making me laugh now. You think a cheap bluff like that's gonna fool the tiger? A bluff? I can see straight through you, Phoenix Wright. That ain't the bottle with the cyanide in it. No. This is the bottle we found traces of the poison in. Oh, okay, I see it. Dumb as a tiger, or are you gonna get ripped to shreds? The cyanide bottle was brown. It was made of glass. That cheap piece of trash don't look nothing like it.
Fuck you, Tiger. I had a case. You fucked it over.
Got him! At last. What? Why has everyone gone quiet? I said that bottle.
Is this the bottle you're referring to?
Yeah, that's it. That's the bottle the cyanide was in. What are you saying? Gonna find my prints on that bottle? Don't let that cozy looking stuff see it fool you people. That lady's just playing games. Tell him, Mr. Prosecutor. Tell that guy where to go.
You still haven't figured it out? Don't you realize what you just said?
What I said? What did I just say? You were summoned to this court for the first time earlier today. If you really had nothing to do with the murder, you shouldn't have known all the little details. For instance, you shouldn't have known what kind of bottle the potassium cyanide was in. Grr. But just now you slipped up in front of every single person in this courtroom. You described the exact bottle used by the killer to hold the poison. You don't know who you're messing with. I'm the tiger. I control millions of dollars on the black market. You think I'm gonna let some jumped up suit get better of me? Sure. The last piece of evidence was phony. But that's just what you deserve. The phony trial with a phony lawyer. It was all played out by you, the biggest phony of all. I wanna sing. Oh shit. Oh. He's getting. Oh. We got a creepy pasta here. Oh, we really shut the lights down.
What's going on?
It looks like a blackout. You gonna murder me? I got it.
Well done. Tried.
Magic.
I saved my 17th cup of coffee just for you. Savor it. While you watch the police restrain your prey.
Okay. That was interesting. Okay.
Mr. Wright, you caught a tiger by his toe, but if this one hollers, he won't be let go.
Nice rhyme. And now then, how are things going with Mr. Tigre? Mr. Godo?
He's being arrested on the suspicion of the murder of Glen Elg, Your Honor. Fortunately for us, we managed to rectify a very grave error. Miss Wright was found guilty in the absence of a genuine defense attorney.
Yes, she was.
And in the time of the absence of genuine evidence. But the Tiger made one mistake.
Indeed.
He very nearly got away with everything. If it wasn't for that one slip of the tongue, Furio Tigre is a truly frightening criminal. Ha, the truly frightening one is the defense attorney over there.
Thank you. Godo, thank you. You complimented me.
Well, I'm now in a position to deliver my verdict. This court finds the defendant, Maggie Bride, not guilty.
Yahoo! Yahoo! Yay! Let's go! Yay! Yay! Fantastic!
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Okay, now somebody uses sausages to prove that Gumshoe loves her. Time to get a date set up between them. Mr. Wright, I'm at loss for words. Thank you, sir. Congratulations, Maggie! I was so mad when Mr. Wright landed me in all that trouble a month ago, but now I feel like I can forgive him. Hey, that wasn't me, Maggie. That was the tiger. Look, Nick, in the doorway. Detective Gumshoe. Oh, guess I'll be heading off then. See you around, pal. Well, wait. Detective Gumshoe. Oh yeah. Congratulations, Maggie. See, we did it without a walkthrough. We were at 1 HP, but we did it. Thanks. This is not scripted. I promise. I promise you. This was not a scripted play, so I will be down to 1 HP. I knew you were innocent all along. Why don't you just say that in your testimony then? Huh? Oh, well, I was. Well, I guess I'll be heading off then. See you around. Wait up, detective. He just ran off. Maggie, why are you being so hard on him? He busted his butt for you. It's thanks to him that we got the medication bottle. That wasn't even of any use. But it's only because Mr. Wright used it so cleverly. Detective Gumshoe was just running around in circles. Poor guy. Looks like she still isn't ready to forgive him. Can't you put in a good word for him, Nick? Yeah, Maya's right. I gotta be the best man. I should help Gumshoe out. It's clear he needs it. Especially since Edgeworth's not around anymore. Edgeworth would be the best man normally, but... No, Maggie, you know, Detective Gumshoe has been really worried about you through all of this. I want to believe that, sir. But on that first day of the trial, he practically gave the judge a free pass to lock me up. He didn't have any choice, Maggie. He's a detective. He has to report the facts. He doubted me, that's why. He thought I might have done it. I've got to prove to her that Gumshoe really cares about her. Ah, no. I'll give her a little present to celebrate her freedom. Alright, weenies. Here you are, a present to celebrate your freedom. That's a present from Detective Gumshoe, made with a ton of love. He said he lost weight and he was worried about you. Of course he noticed my weight. You Detective Gumshoe? You creep! I'm sorry. I actually really like weenies, you know. Did you guys hear that? I'm pretty hungry myself, you know. Yeah, the trial dragged on a bit today, didn't it? Is it okay if I eat this now? Yay! So how is it, Maggie? It's really good. I'm sorry, Gumshoe. So the case of phony versus genuine comes to an end. Eventually Maggie dates Gumshoe, I'm kidding. The false allegations surrounding Maggie have all been cleared up. And who knows, maybe a whole new chapter of her life is about to start. I'm kidding, it's not gonna start. Nope. She and Gumshoe ain't gonna happen. She ruined it with Gumshoe. Anyways, the point is, I'm sure those two will be happily ever after eventually, maybe, who knows, who cares. But we got our next one, Turnabout Beginnings with Edgy. Boy, yes! I'm not high, I promise. Anyways, yeah, we did it. That was a nice case. I like that. We got some nice fan service with Maya, which is awesome. Maya in a maid outfit. Okay, that's not the biggest takeaway from the case, of course. The biggest takeaway was a little brief Narumeya ship moment. That's not the biggest takeaway. That's not the biggest takeaway from the case. The biggest takeaway is the other ship, Gumshoe and Maggie. That's not the biggest takeaway from the case. The biggest takeaway is that Goto complimented me. He complimented Phoenix. He doesn't know me. I'm technically Phoenix is not like Phoenix is the protagonist, but I'm not technically him. You know, like Phoenix is his own character. It's not like Phoenix is not like a blank slate for me to like fill in the blank. The point is Goto complimented Phoenix. I also think this is the first episode where I pronounced Goto correctly. I think this is the episode. I think this not the first episode. I think this was the first case where I learned that it was not Goddard, it was Goto. So the conclusion is Goto complimented us. Yeah, that's the biggest takeaway. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.